Good morning, good morning. My name is Heather Aston, and this is my channel, TT's Trinkets and Treasures. If this is the first time you're stumbling across one of my videos in this little corner of the World Wide Web that we all know as YouTube, thank you for joining me. I hope you'll find this video informative and entertaining enough that you will want to hit that subscribe button and change the notification bell to all so that you never miss the release of one of my videos in the future. If you are a returning viewer, whether a rosette, a treasure, or both, mwah, love that you guys are here and you show up for me and Rosanna. And why I'm mentioning Rosanna is that Rosanna is on a month-long vacation to Scotland and Ireland. And so on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I will be streaming to both of our channels. At the same time, you can watch, rewatch on either channel. We would both appreciate if you hit that thumbs up button. And I'd love if you'd maybe leave me a comment below, letting me know what you thought of the video and things you'd like to see in the future. Because I'm on both channels, I'm going to go ahead and put the chat up on the screen. That way you can see the comments from both channels and not just mine. So let me go ahead and do that really quickly. Oh, I have to go into comments. Hello, Lynn. Hello, Tina. If you are watching one of us, if you are watching this on one channel, hold on, I'm trying to figure this out. There we go. If you are watching this on one of the channels, if you wouldn't mind going and hitting the thumbs up on the other channel, and if you decide to rewatch this video and you watch it on my channel initially, go watch it over on Rosanna's just to help keep content going on her channel as we go. So, good morning, Dot. So I didn't post a picture of the finished necklaces. We don't know how it's going to turn out because some stuff went down and I just didn't get to it. So I thought that we could do that this morning. Hi, Cynthia. Oh, Lynn, you're such a sweetie. You're liking me on both your channels. I appreciate that. Okay, so I hope everybody's okay with that. I have a little bit of a conundrum, and yes, thank you, love. Sorry. My neck is really stiff this morning. I sent this video out to people the other day where she's like talking about how, you know, her knees, her back, her, as like she was trying to dance, that kept happening, and I found it hilarious. So, that's how I feel this morning. It's the reason I bring that up. So let's go down to the mat, and we will come back to the designs we left off with. I told y'all that I bought supplies in anticipation for, oh, there's even bead tips for this month's box. So I do have those. I found them. Woo! So we made this one, we made this one, and we made a couple of others. I'm not liking the way this wire wrap looks, not in general, just I don't like the way I did it. And here's what I think I'm going to do off camera, not on. I'm going to wrap around this side, which is the one that only has a single wire instead of like this side, it's doubled. What I'm going to do is I think I'm going to wrap that with 26 gauge wire. And then I twisted 2 strands of 26 gauge wire together. And I think I'm going to go around all of it with this. I'm just going to do the 26 gauge wire on this side because there is only one. And then they should be about the same thickness when I go to wrap it with the twisted wire. I would like to get the basic design done, and then if we get it all knocked out and we have extra time, I can always go a bit longer. So here's my conundrum. I'm kind of sad that I didn't see this specific teardrop yesterday. Look at how pretty it is. But I know that had it been one been like that and not the other, it would have looked like a little weird. And I even went looking at the other teardrops that I have because I get 2 boxes every month. I did think about like putting one that had some inclusions up here and then this one down here so that it would go, oops, I have this backwards. So that it would kind of like mimic that swoop. But I know you all are going to say, no, Heather, you don't need to redo it. So I'm not going to for the time being, but it may happen off camera. Don't be surprised if it does. Hello, Tina. So happy that you can join us. Okay, so like I said, the other conundrum is that I was thinking I might just do like a link like this. But oh no, I'm not missing one. I was like, oh, maybe I don't have enough. I think we got 4 with both boxes, but 2 of mine have like mysteriously disappeared, which happens on a monthly basis. I lose whole boxes at times. So if you weren't here for our wire wrap play session yesterday, it is on my channel. It's not on Rosanna's. And then Lynn, I did find, I know you went and found the flowers on Facebook, which I ordered some more. But we couldn't find these faceted quatrefoils. I found 3 more. So if you like want to like be able to make a pendant like this, let me know. We can chat. All right. So let's get into this design. I'm wondering if I shouldn't make a link like this for either side further up the necklace, or if I'm just going to want to maybe do a single teardrop bead amongst the, as like a secondary focal, we may do that. I have the 8mm beads from the box right here. I'd love to pull out the 6mm, but I knocked over the stacker on accident, and most of them are on the floor. So, and I had a really bad concussion a few years ago, and I still get nauseous when I bend down to pick stuff up. So, yes, you didn't miss me last night, sweetie. I didn't go on. So, it's fine. I'm sorry you're going through pain. Yeah, some stuff happened last night, so I didn't go on. But we're going to move onward and upward and focus on today because we cannot change yesterday. Right? Right. Alrighty then. Now I need to just find some stringing wire, and we need to decide if we're going to do wire wrapped links all the way, or if we're just going to attach 2 strands using a jump ring, or I could twist this loop and have it face the other way and just string it. What to do, what to do, what to do. Huh. What do you guys think? I need some helps. this morning because I honestly don't know what I want to do, but I also don't have links pre-made, so we'd have to make them all today. So if you have like a preference, we did just do the other link necklace, and I kind of sort of just, if I'm gonna do other links, I think it would just be doing 2 of those for further up in the middle of the necklace. But I don't know. I do have other red jasper beads, so I have them in multiple styles. And I have the faceted ones, but I don't think I want to use those on this piece because I think I want to save those. So I have some rondelles. I seem to just have a lot of 8mm, but the good thing about this is that this has all of the like interesting bits in it. And I do have some ovals, but this is the kind of red jasper that like Rosanna loves. This doesn't have a lot of movement in it. Okay, should I turn the loop? Thank you. What was your plan with the biggest ring in the middle? Okay, so what I'm going to do with this, I don't like this, so this will come off. What I'm thinking that I'm going to do with it is that I'll wire wrap this side that only has 1 layer with 26 gauge wire, and then I'm going to wrap around the entire loop with this twisted 26 gauge wire. I'm just going to wrap this because there's only 1 on this side, obviously, and I like when I wrap with the twisted wire that it wouldn't look all bulky on this side. So I'm hoping that that will even out the center. I already said earlier that I don't think I'll do that on camera unless we get through the design quickly and decide to do that instead of going on to another piece. So like earrings or something. I don't know. I do want to do a smaller version of this for a pair of earrings. That's why I was, but it looks like, oh no, I do have a few 6mm beads. Okay, cool. Cool. I have just red jasper, which kind of goes with this. There's not a lot of like color play on this, so I may just stick with the red jasper. Sorry if I'm confusing anybody with what I'm saying. And save the ones that have like the varying like markings and colors and whatever on them for another piece. And just maybe pop in like one of these bicones or something, because these are red jasper, but they are faceted, and I think those could look really pretty and give it a pop of something or other. So I still don't know what to do with this loop, guys. Am I going to turn it and just string this? Or am I going to do these as 2 separate sides? And then I've got to decide which, what I want to use for spacers in this, because I did, if I can find them. I got some thin red jasper sheets. I was at Bernie's the other day. I don't see them though, and I don't know why. I thought they were all right here on the desk, but only the faceted ones and this stranded. This was the other thing I thought we would use to like kind of break it up a little bit. And then we just have to decide, like I said, like which way we want to go for spacers. Let me see what I have right here. So I have my 5-petal flower bead caps that I like. I have some of these button beads that we could use throughout it. Or do I save it for when I do that necklace? I don't know. So I have those. I have other like filigree bead caps. I think I might want to save those for when I design with this flower. But I have those. Like I said, I have my little baby bead caps that I really like to use. But we're gonna put that on the desk and put that up. I have, I don't know. I have these clear crystal links that if we wire wrap the other links, we could put these in between them. Hi, Leah. Hi, Delon. Hi, Barbara. I know I'm on an hour earlier because I figure I'd split the difference between Rosanna's normal time and when I come on. So if we wire wrap, those are an issue. And I could always wire wrap. I found one of my crystal quartz faceted, really pretty beads that we could use. I do have some of these double-sided spacers as well. I'm going to channel Rosanna with all the spacers today. Where's the rest of this? I don't know what just happened to the rest of this. Ooh, you're getting your nails done. You can do it all caps. Just shows us you're like, I need to go see what. It's hard to explain. Leah made a cool necklace yesterday with a 2-bead set. Real perfect, and each one on its own side. Yes, I'm going to go watch that later. Okay, I think I got everybody. I also have just like various sizes of ball spacers. Ooh. I hit the mother lode. I hit the bigger flower bead caps. These are beads. If any of you use these, please let me know and I will send them to you. If more than one of you use them, it's either that or I'm sending them all to Sarah Lovecraft because she loves to use them. Those are like the bead tips that you roll up, but I have these, let's see how many dots there are so I know if it's, I have these snowflake spacers. I have these that are really cool texture to them. These are snowflake spacers just in a different way. They have texture like all the way around them. I'm going to use those. And then I have like these ones, the little softer ones. The only thing I worry about with the saucers and this is that they're kind of have a big hole. which is great for when you're working on leather, not quite so much when you're on beading wire. Let's start by finding my beading wire and pulling out a strand of wire so we can start popping stuff on instead of trying to imagine it. What the heck did we do with that? Here we go. I gotcha. Okay, got it. It's the copper color, but it's okay. I can use a bead tip to keep it silver. Oh, I have a favor to ask all of you guys. If you're perusing Bargain Bead Box and you come across this chain, I don't care what size, because they had ones that were like teeny tiny antique copper that were really thin. That is like my favorite chain I've ever had. If you come across this on the website, please let me know. Like, spam the heck out of me until I answer, because this is like my favorite chain of all time. I found it. This is, oh, that's not the number. It was in a bag. I don't know what to do with it though, but it's not online right now. But if you see this, please, or know the name of it, can you please let me know, because I absolutely love that chain. This is what we're going to use to finish off the necklace today. Okay, here we go. I think I'm just going to turn this loop the other way, even if it means that it's going to be a little. And all I did was go in the direction of the wraps so that it didn't undo it, if that makes sense. Now we can string this on. I'm going to pull out a couple of either 6 or 4 millimeter beads. We're probably going to use my stash. Do we want to string it? I also have these. No, you guys, let's wire wrap it, because these would look so cool as the connectors between the different links, and it would mimic the focal. Do you guys agree? I know I don't have any links ahead of time, but if we're using these, we don't really have to have a lot of them. Rosanna. Hi, love. I hope you're having a wonderful time. Cindy, I'm working at achieving that. If you would like some of the twisty, we can talk. You guys agree that we should use these, because then that will mimic. I'll have to twist the loop back the way it was, but that's okay. It's just wire. But then that will mimic the center ring. Okay, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so instead I'm going to pull out 18 gauge wire, see how I want to set up this the links. I think I might just want to use the flower bead caps. Or maybe we keep it real simple, sweetie, the kiss method, and use these double-sided bead caps. And that's a link all on its own, just like that. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have 10 of those. So that'll make 10 links. And then we're not really and then I could still do teardrop links as well because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more of them, though I think I'm going to save this one. That's pretty, and it could be its own like spacer by itself. So let's see if these fit onto 18 gauge wire. They do. So I'm going to pull out some 18 gauge wire pieces. I'm going to cut 2 pieces at first, just so I can see if there's enough room. Right. I hope you're getting likes from Tuesdays live, Rosanna. I meant to go check, but I didn't. Somehow I misplaced one of the lids for this. So I'm just going to put that in my little Lazy Susan for now. I don't think we're going to need the ball spacers. Those might have to go in a design real soon. All right, so I'm just going to take this. It's approximately 2 inches. I'm just going to make my hybrid loop. Ooh. I did that way too small of a twist, and possibly just a piece, the piece of wire in general. When I make more, I will have to make sure that I'm doing it. I will fix that after we put beads on. Okay, so I want to keep this pretty red so that I can keep the the ones with personality for another piece. And yeah, this is just too small of a piece of wire. I also think I might go to 20 gauge rather than 18 gauge, and I will just work harden my loops. Oh, and Rosanna, I feel so bad, like so bad, Rosanna, because look what I found when I was going through my stash. I don't know why this isn't focusing again, but it's lavender jade. A whole bottle of it. But okay, what happened? Rosanna, what happened? Oh no. Tina, just follow the chat on the screen rather than the chat on a specific channel, because the chat on my screen has the posts from both. So yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I thought that would catch your eye. I also found, Rosanna, my box has tons of it, and at Randy or at Bernie's shop, he calls the one with the like all of this brachiated red jasper, but like look at those perfect spirals on this bead. It's just so pretty. So you might just have a little bit of a welcome home gift when you get home. I'm going to 20 gauge wire. So rather than 18 gauge wire, because my hand said, oh, hell no. So we will go to 20 gauge wire instead. And I probably just cut that one too short. Maybe not. The smaller gauge won't take as much space to wrap. Okay, so let's try this again. It's going to bend those three. I'm going to use my first step or second step. With all the loops, I think I'm going to go with the second step, although you wouldn't see these loops. So no, I'm going to go with the first step. And then well, first I'm going to tug this with my pliers like I like to do to make sure that I get a nice round loop, a lollipop. And then I'm going to connect to one of these sterling silver plated connector rings. I've had them in my stash for quite a while. I got them from Kelly Sutton. So she's been retired for a hot second. So, it's been a while. I'm just going to, like I showed yesterday, make sure that my wrap is right under the loop. And then we will just put on a bead, the bead cap, double bead cap, and the other bead. And then we will go ahead and bend. We will do our next link. Pull on this. So I get a nice round loop. Well, we need to open this and put the next ring in. And these loops are almost exactly the same size as the loops in the pendant. So it has continuity, like from moment to moment. I just need to decide if I want to do a teardrop link in it as well. Oops, I bent that one a little too far out. Come in. Like that. And then this is how the necklace will sit. So, hi, Valerie. Oh, I love bagpipes. It's probably just like a memory for me because from doing Brigadoon in high school, because I had so much fun doing that, being part of that show, that our drama teacher, or was it it was our piano player, knew somebody who played bagpipes. So he agreed to do bagpipes at certain moments so that it was like authentic and stuff. But oh, I forgot to join that one. See, I start talking about bagpipes. They make you cry. Yeah, it's a lot of, there's a lot of symbolism with bagpipes too. So yeah. Tina, I heard that he passed away, but I did not hear that directly from her. So that's something. I think she went live the other day. So and bend these. And then I think if I do the loops and put it down, I don't know. I'm just going to have to keep reminding myself that I need to attach the links as I go. Because I don't want to use jump rings. I want this all to be connected and secure. But if you wanted to do this and like wanted to use like a bigger loop on your link, you absolutely could. This is just My personal preference for this, or what I decided to do. This one is not quite. Okay, red jasper rounds. I'm not going for like completely plain red. I have strands that are completely like red jasper. But I'm like not picking the ones with the cream striations. Or Rosanna, would these be considered lightning red jasper because of that quartz, that like strain of quartz through it? All right, I can't wait to see them. And check it out, the men's legs. You crack me up. You'll have to tell me if this is red lightning jasper, because if it is, I have a bunch of these. And I will put them to the side for you. Oh, time for the next loop. Again, like I was explaining yesterday, you're going to want to leave yourself about 1 millimeter of space. Otherwise, you're going to have to like rotate this around quite a bit. I just didn't do what I should have done on this link in particular. So I'm just going to come in and kind of, there we go. Now it's a loop. And we will connect this to the next link. I saw some people who were like, maybe I'll try that. I've seen other creators who have like made the loops, but they don't close them. And then at the end, they go back and do all the attaching so that they don't forget that that's what they're supposed to do. So I might have to try that. That might be what I need to do. That'll make it easier for me to remember. My loops are not lined up. There we go. But I really like that. I think that's going to be pretty. I know it's kind of like plain. You were just watching the replay from yesterday. You're behind. Okay. Well, you can put me in double speed if that will make your life easier when watching on the replay. Okay. So like I said, we have Mary C and Mary M. I'm just going to make my loop. I'm still going to like pull it tight, I think. I'm going to put my beads on, make the other loop, and then lay it down and let it wait. And I'll wait to put them together. Oh, are those red lightning jasper, Rosanna? This is 20 gauge wire. So what I was saying is that I'm going to like leave that millimeter of space right there before I make my bend so that my plier has more room to get right into that corner. Pull my loop. And then I'm going to set it down. Let's see if this is a better way to do this. Because I know that we all do it. We all wrap up the loop without doing what without attaching. So this will be a little market research, scientific research. That is one of my large hole ones. I don't know how it ended up in here. Okay, I will start pulling them out for you, sweetie. Have fun at dinner. Love you, miss you. Mwah. Okay. Or am I the only one that has this problem? And like with forgetting to attach it when you're doing direct connections. I don't know. Oh, your box came today? That's awesome, Willow. You'll be able to go check out everybody's design videos thus far, or maybe you've already been watching. I know that Kim Evans does not watch any videos until she gets her box because she likes to be surprised. So, if that's why we haven't seen you. So, who got yesterday's value bundle? I have it in my cart. There's still some left. I checked before I went live. I have it in my cart. And if it's still available and or I like today's bundle, I'll just pay for them. I'll just do it as one order so that they get here, because I like to do like faster shipping, but paying the $8.95, nope. See, I almost went to wrap that. Paying the $8.95 for every day would be a lot, especially for yesterday's, as it was only like $12, I think. She said each item worked out to be like less, like $1.10 a piece. So it was like mother of pearl and shell pearls is what was in it, which can be pricey. So to get 2 7-inch strands for like $1.10. So yeah, I know she said the next two will be more expensive. So that's kind of why I'm like, I don't want to buy them just to have them. Like I did not get the first one that came out, which was like a recreation of the space box from a while ago. Which, if I know Becky, like I know Becky, I'm sure that she jumped on that because that was like a box that was a favorite for her. Because she likes all things space. So. Okay. Pull this tight. I don't know. This might be the ticket, guys. Working out pretty well for me. To just do the loop and get ready and come back to it when we connect them. This may be the way I do necklaces and bracelets like this, as like just my general mode of doing so. Okay, how many links do I have? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 3 more double bead caps. And then I still need to decide if I'm going to do a teardrop length, like partway up. Hmm. I'm also not gonna lie, I'm like slightly tempted to try to open this loop. Oh, but they won't go the right way. Never mind. We can just attach directly using these. Sorry, I won't whistle. Some people don't like whistling. What do you all think? Hi, Galon. Bye, Galon. You just your first wire braiding in a bracelet was so much fun. I'll have to check it out, Lynn. That's awesome. I'm glad. That was the whole goal of yesterday, just playing around with like the different, playing around with like one like central technique, but seeing all the different ways we could alter it to like by wire wrapping a bead in there, whichever. And I might if I do a link with these, that takes like 4 of them. I have one left. No, I need to make earrings. So if I do one, it would just, maybe I would just make the really big loops on either side of a teardrop and have one facing up and one facing down. But does that still keep me from making earrings? I think it does. What do you think? Does it need a teardrop up above, or do we just keep that as our focal so that the focal stands out? Let me know your thoughts. Yeah, I recently joined Hardwire, but again, forgot on Tuesday that that's Hardwire days. I don't know why I keep forgetting. But Hardwire is on today, I believe. Okay, I think I'm going to stop and connect these and see where we're at lengthwise. It doesn't need the teardrops. Okay. So 2 of these are going to have to directly connect to our pendant. So I'm going to put those to the side for now. I'm going to pull out the rings. Start connecting the rest of it. I do have 2 more bead caps. So should we need them, we can do it. This will be good though, because we'll be able to just, I'm hoping this is like an easier way to remember. This loop does not look like it is a first step loop. I must not have pulled this one tight. There we go. Attach this side to this ring. Like I said, I saw somebody do this a while ago. I can't remember who it was, or I would absolutely give them credit. But I think this is going to be my new way of like doing beaded link pieces. It's going much smoother. You might need those last links. This is 3. I just realized that that chain I pulled out had has more oval shaped loops, so I'm probably going to pull out a chain that is round. I just found it and it was pretty and it's my favorite one, so it might have been Becky, because Becky loves doing link pieces. So maybe it was her. I'll have to ask her. If it was, I will let you know. Mm-hmm. There we go. That one didn't want to go in the loop for a second there. This is much easier. This technique is much simpler. Oh, I forgot that I was going to need to cat. It's okay, because I think it needs the last link anyways. Oh, that's it. Yeah, I think. Let's measure this. So we can. I don't see my ruler, but this is about. This board is 12 inches wide, so I would guess we're at about 6 inches right now. I have another ruler hanging right here. It's just I have a bunch of completed pieces I haven't photographed yet. So I was not wanting to pull them all off the hook and have that happen. Okay. I don't know how that just happened. Like just at 6 inches. Didn't need the ruler after all. And here's the other ruler. Right there. Okay, so that would be 12 inches. So we'll go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and connect this one side, and then I will do the last. I will do the one for the other side. And then I'll go ahead and I'll wire wrap the other side and connect the last link to the focal. So I'm not having to hold the entire necklace while I'm connecting things. There we go. Okay. Open this up. and touch it. Hold the loop across the top. That was the tray right here. Nothing spilled. Nothing got dropped right now. Okay. Ah, you guys. I love the look of this. It just goes like all the way up, you guys. I'm so happy with the way this is turning out, and I'm going to celebrate that because I deserve to. Put the ring on. I don't know why this loop is so. Did I start? Oh, this is the one I wrapped. I normally wouldn't recommend doing this, but there's always an exception to every rule, right? There we go. Put the next string on. Have you guys ever heard that song, like, "They're coming to take me away"? Hee hee. That song? That's how I felt this morning. My mom used to sing that when we were growing up. And she was like, okay, that one did, in fact, fill. And I sent that link flying on accident. So I'm going to have to go find where that went. I was hoping to get through this without spilling anything today. I was so excited. It was going so well. See, like, the song is on brand today, right? It's by like Napoleon something or other. She still forgets to attach them sometimes. Okay, let's see. Where did that go? Oh, it didn't go to. That must have been where I saw it then. Because I used to watch her videos a lot in the past. This loop is too small. So this just needs to be rewrapped. But anyways, yes, my mom used to sing that song when I was growing up. There were 8 of us, so I heard it a lot. But yeah, that has been like playing in my head. Okay. I sent Leah the like video of it, and she was like, that song would send somebody to the funny farm. But yeah, my mom used to sing that all the time when I was a kid. Yeah, it is a very, it's like, they're coming to take me away, hee hee. They're coming to take me away to the funny farm to laugh and play, where trees and birds sings and like, but the chorus is, they're coming to take me away, hee hee. Coming to take me away, ho ho, ha ha, hee hee. Like it's like this whole thing. I have it still pulled up here. We'll say for teaching purposes, okay? I will. Oh, you can't hear it because I have it on recording mode. Remember when you ran away and I got on my knees and begged you not to leave because I'd overserved? You left me anyhow, and then the days got worse and worse, and now you see I've gone completely out of my mind. Coming to take me away, huh? They're coming to take me away, ho ho, hee the funny part where I've been beautiful all the time, and I'll be happy to see those nice young men in their pretty white coats, and they're coming to. Okay, so that's the song that's been playing in my head today. That was for teaching purposes. Supposedly, you won't get copyrighted because of that. But that is the song that has been in my head this morning. I'm sure you've all had days like that, correct? We have them. I feel like it would be more prevalent if like a woman was singing it. But yeah. But then again, a woman did sing it in my life for a very long time. She did not use those exact words. She just did like her own little version of it. But yeah, now you can see why Leah said that the song alone could drive somebody crazy. But that is the song. Oh, I think you're right because that one is only like 2 minutes, and I'm used to like it being a full length song. But yes, I believe you are correct that there was like a rock band that did it in the 70s. Okay, I gotta cut a couple more strands to replace the wraps. And I'm going to still do these two the same way so that hopefully I don't forget to wrap these. But that was for teaching purposes. I don't know if that really is real, but that one is really black, which is, it's pretty, but I was kind of wanting to keep this like, this might be one that gets photographed and posted right away. If I like it. The other one I always heard when I was growing up, that is a castle crockery. What does that mean? Oh, that is so cool, Rosanna. Gunmetal black silverware. That's cool. Oh, that's what Mary may be calling castle crockery. I almost forgot the R. Which I'm sure is a whole other thing that has nothing to do with silverware. Woo! You guys may be watching me slowly go insane today. Just kidding. I'm having fun. Okay, Mary laughed. At least someone thought that was funny. The other one that I always got that I know from my childhood is the mamas and the papas sing for your supper. Except for my mom would say, clean for your supper and you'll get breakfast. So. I like the song I used to sing to my kids at like bedtime was I would go to bed, I said to bed, to bed, to bed, I said. I believe I said to bed. Indeed, indeed, I did say to bed. And they would laugh and run down the hallway. Much simpler time, right? And when they get out of the bath, I would sing one my mom used to sing to us, which was, I see your hiney, it's white and shiny. If you don't hide it, I'm gonna fight it. Like when we would get out of the bath and wouldn't come, ran off. If had a diaper on or whatever. But yeah. These lips are not matched up. There's just some stuff going on family wise. So if you guys wouldn't mind saying a prayer for my family right now, I would really appreciate it. Maybe it was It's Clean and Shiny. I think it was It's Clean and Shiny. I don't know. Make sure these lips are lined up. Two more leaves. Hi, Brandy. I'm sorry, Tina. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to pass it on. That was not my intent. I promise. Uh, Look up a different version because that one is like a bit, like Leah said, could send somebody to the funny farm just by hearing it. With like the high pitched, what is that called? Synthesizer, I believe it's called, that instrument. I just flipped my wire up the wrong way. How did I do that? Sorry, I was off frame. Pull you back up where you belong now, mister. Push it up against the loop, though. And finish that one little loop. Wait a minute. Where did the part I was just connecting go? Oh, it's in your hand, Heather. 1, 2, 3. I don't need this one. I couldn't find the bead caps, and that's because I'm out of them because I already did the other link. Okay. No, there is one more. Okay. I wasn't sure if I had another ring image mixer, but yes. Hello, Cheryl. Hello, babe. Okay. And then this one is the one that will connect to our pendant. So I'll wrap this. The wire, tuck it in. There we go. Oh no, that made the. I'm gonna have to remake this loop because when I just did that, it like did something funky to the loop on this side. If I can remake it. Yes, I am able to redo it. Okay. fixed it. Now we're going to attach it to our pendant. Figure out how we're going to close it up along the back. If I'm going to make an S-class with leather for around the back of the neck, I'll have to measure what this is coming out to, but this might be the perfect piece for my leather scrap box. Go in and pull out a small piece of black leather to finish this. And then I could still put smaller rings, obviously not those big ones. But here's where we're at with the necklace. You can't see the whole pendant, but I will obviously put it on the bust and show you all once we finish up along the back. Thank you, Brandy. Yeah, go eat something. I See Your Hiney, It's Clean and Shiny, that song. Yeah, that's one that's like from the 80s and whatnot. I'm really liking this necklace. I have been saying that a lot lately. I'm not trying to be boastful. I'm just surprised just how much I've been liking the pieces lately. Okay, let me see where this is at. It needs just a little bit more length. I just don't have any more of those bead caps. So I think we're going to have to go to leather, and I'll just wire wrap, or I'll just barrel knot the leather on to the last link and then create my clasp. I could do an S hook for leather. All right, let's find my scrap box. Actually, right here. Okay, Shallow, I love you, but you have to get out from underneath my feet. Ugh, she's laying on me. I don't want to use a piece that's long enough like this that I could use on another project. This is like I wish I knew where my lemon oil is so that I could show you how this just disintegrates. And why I tell you guys to be so careful using citrus oil. This is better. It's shorter. It's not quite as long. I am going to just run it through my fingers a few times, get some of the kinks out. The best way to get kinks out of leather is to put it around a round metal something or other and do this back and forth, and it will get all of the bends and kinks out of your leather. I also need to make my S-class. So we'll do this first. I just have to hope that I can find my little container with barrel knots. I don't see one. Barrel knot the little tubes. So I'm going to make one really quick just by coiling as if I were making jump rings. So, and I'm going to leave this one on the spool until it gets long enough for me. And then, but if you don't have any metal tube beads, which I know Kelly Sutton used to sell them by like the 1s or 3s or whatever, and I might need to start doing that. But if you look up barrel knot tube, you're not going to find it on Amazon. Whereas if you look up metal tube bead, you will. Okay, there we go. It's nice and tight. I'm going to go ahead and just going to file the little end of the leather on both sides so that it doesn't tear into my leather. You can tell because the copper is showing. Why is my Pixie, what are you doing at night, dude? That you are dirty yet again. So you're not focusing. That drives me absolutely batty. Let me see. Okay. There we go. You can see just how dry my hands are. Okay. So I think we're probably going to need, let's see how long this piece of leather is. We might just split it in half. If it's not too long. No, it's about 15 inches. And we're not going to need that much. I'm going to say 4 inches should be enough, but we'll see if that is in fact the case. If you use your cutters, you can go like this through your fingers to round it back up so it's not flat like on a, what am I trying to say? Oh, this is not going to be long enough at all. I'm going to just cut what's left in half. Duh. I'm also doing this for length. I thought I was just knotting. I should have just cut it in half, but it's okay. Okay, so we're going to go in through the last silver link. Let me try to get as much off of the mat and out of the center of the mat. So Pixie, you need to be straight, buddy. Isn't confused on what he's supposed to be focused on. I'm going to pull it through. I'm just going to keep this little loop right here because I'm going to wrap around with it. This is 2mm leather. I just realized, which will work. It just, I think it's a little too thick for the back of a necklace with the knot. I think the whole, this is also 2mm. This is 1.5mm. And will work better for this. Those other 2mm ones will most likely become large hole pearl earrings. So, see, I even left the knot on here. I feel like the 2mm was just too thick. The second I like folded it over on itself, it wasn't laying correctly, so I didn't. There was too much resistance, I guess is the easiest way to explain it, but we're just going to go and like I was saying, we're going to leave a little bit of leather right there because that's what we're going to wrap around. So we're going to put our tube bead and we're going to go around once, twice. I prefer a double barrel knot. If you like the triple, by all means, go for it. That's perfectly fine. To each their own. I will show the newer ladies why I prefer a double wrap loop. So, oops, Pixie, what are you doing, sir? Right here. Sorry, Pixie was going rogue. So if I triple wrap this, I would have 3 lines like that. But with the double wrap on the back, it has this crisscross, and I just love the way that looks. Again, it's totally a personal preference. That's just me. So I'm then going to come down here and we're going to knot one more time. Probably would have been easier to do the other barrel knot before I attached it, but no, that's what we're gonna have to do. I could have left. I'm gonna undo this real quick, and I'm not using my nail to and like pressing it into the leather. I'm using it to kind of push the leather where I need it to go. So I'm sure that there's an easier way to do this, but my mind is not seeing it. So, oh my goodness, Heather. This normally takes me like 10 seconds. If that. Okay. So I want to do a barrel knot tube at one end and off the wire. I can make the loop smaller. Around once, around twice. When you're using this, because of the grooves, it's much easier to twist it off like I just did than to pull it off straight, because the grooves can rough up the coating of your leather. Okay, then we're going to come behind here. We're going to do this again. There was probably a, nope, I think that will be the easiest because I'll still have this free. The other way, my other side would have not been free to go around. But I'm going to have to take this off the tube and try to keep it larger but still intact so that I can push this other knot through. There we go. Ta-da! There we go. We got it. I will glue both sides of this with GS Typo momentarily. Let's make the other two knot. I have never done that, y'all, so I was really happy with that. It has a lot of pendants. Oh, did they already put up the 4th bundle? Oh, well. Oop, it came undone. There we go. Got it over that other side. Like I said, there may have been an easier way to do this, but my mind wasn't seeing it. It was just okay. We have leather on both sides. Don't know how I managed to keep those even. Honestly, I have no idea how I did that, but I did it, so I'm happy. Let's grab the 18 gauge wire and we'll make an S hook really fast. I typically use 3 inches, I believe. Just cut off that little bit that's not what. I don't think I'm going to do a loop on the end. I think I'm just going to use the smooth version because I think it will have an easier time going over the loops. So I probably didn't need nearly as much wire as I just took. I'm just going to take this and I'm going to go around the 4th step. I'm going to put about 1/4 of an inch or so. And I'm just going to make the loop on that side. And then I'm going to do the same thing around the 4th step. I hope I'm putting this at the right point. I am, but I don't like how long this is. So I'm going to trim it and try again. The loops are just too far apart from each other. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Put it back on the mandrel and kind of roll it down. So then it looks like an infinity link. I'm going to finish it up in just a second. I'm just going to pull out my bench block. And I'm going to use the nylon jaw side of it, and I'm going to just work hard in this by tapping it. The other side. Flip it over, do a couple more little tippy taps. If you wanted to give it texture, you can use the metal side and hammer it a little bit. That's not what I want to do this time. Instead, I'm just going to use my wide nose pliers. And just like with my earring wires, I'm just going to give it a little bit of a kick up to make it easier going on the leather loop. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, and now I know they're the same length. I'm going to leave them pulled out for a second so that I can go in and just file down these tips a little bit so there's no scratchy, pointy bits. I'm like tearing this file up. But there we go. Okay. And then I'm going to push it in, but I'm going to leave that bit of space because then it will make it easier. I do see the copper right there. I will use some metallic paint markers, which aren't in here, but I will go and put that on the ends so that it's silver and you don't see the hollow or the fact that it's copper wire with a silver finish. So I know I moved my necklace while I was doing that. Where did you go? There it is. Oh, I need to glue it. I like to use US Hypo or this B7000 because they dry rubbery, not hard, so that as time goes on and this goes back and forth, it's not going to cause the coating on the outside of the leather to crack and break off. So I didn't tighten those all the way. I left them open a little bit because I don't like to put, oh goodness gracious. Somebody had a party while Mom was out of town. Okay. I like to put my needle down into the knot and squeeze the glue. And I do it on both sides. Yes, a little bit of glue will come out, but I typically wipe that off because I like the other look. I had napkins in here. Where did I put them? I just want to get the excess glue. I don't remember which knot I did now. It was that one. It's sticky. Okay, wipe this off. Put it inside the knot. Ow. Put it inside the knot on both sides. Go to the other side. And also, this glue doesn't hurt me. It's not comfortable, but it doesn't cause blistering on my skin like super glue does. Okay, now the true test of professionalism is how long did it take me to get that on? And not long at all. Okay, there we go. I will let those dry and then I will trim off some of the ends. Also, I will come in once I've cut it and I will use my thread burner and just go like tap, 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 tap. And it will tan the hide so that you don't see it as much. So that'll be good. And then I will obviously, we need to. One thing I do want to do, I'm going to move this knot down carefully, just so there's a little bit more room before it dries all the way. And then I will just slide the S-cloth on in place, and that's how it's closes. So I will put this up on the bust so that you can see how it looks. This is the front. Remember, I do have to kind of, oh, my S-Class went over the little peg on the back. Like it literally was inside one side. Okay. Come on. What happened here? And there's the completed necklace. I'm not quite sure why it's doing this in the middle. It may need a bigger loop, or I'm not quite sure. We'll figure it out though. But there's the piece. I'm so happy I found these rings because they mimic the one in the pendant so nicely. Love it. The links I did yesterday. So if you want to see how I did it a very simple one. And then I did, oh, thank you so much, Kelly. I don't know how these work, but I'm always thankful for them. Libra, you love the August 2026. These items go. Yeah, I know. I'm waiting to see which one, what today's looks like. So I'm going to have to go look. I have yesterday's in my cart because there was still some left. Hopefully it will be there until tonight's comes out. But yes. Libra, your name, in case I forgot it, I apologize. That's why I'm happy about it, Kelly. Yeah, we may not know, but you're hoping that it works. So I appreciate the support however it goes. So I'm very happy with that. Would you like me to make a pair of earrings to go with it? We've been on for just under 2 hours, but I know some of you are just coming on right now. So, or like 40 minutes ago, because I went on an hour earlier. Yes, I love this bargain bead box. It is in second place beneath the leopard skin jasper box for me this year. So leopard skin jasper box was number one, the Serengeti one, and then this one is number two. I'm like, this was the one that it was like last month. I didn't go to Bernie's to find Kambaba Jasper, which it turns out he didn't have any anyway. So that was all good. But I did for this month because I wanted some special pieces. So I can show what I was going to do as far as earrings go for this piece if you guys would like to see those. I am more than happy to oblige. I'm basically just going to do a smaller version, but with 6mm rounds, and then I'll dangle the teardrop off of the bottom one. Okay, Cheryl's like, yes, let's do earrings. Okay, back to the mat. I could also do very simple leather necklace or earrings with the teardrops dangling from those. But let's do the wire one. Yesterday's took, I believe, 4 inches. So that's the length I'm going to cut off. And then if there's, obviously, we probably won't use all of it, but then I can see a better sense of like what we needed it to be. So where is my ruler? Okay, I'm gonna cut it. The focal length took a lot more than I think we did either 6 or 7 inches, so it wasn't like a crazy big amount, but okay, this is the 4-inch piece. We're going to just can't remember if I turned the middle first. I don't think I did. So I'm just going to put a bend in the wire. I'm going to use the one step and I'm going to go around, under, and then I will use my pliers to pull this back around like so. I will cut it off on the side. It's okay. This can be the bottom. I forgot to connect the loop, so we can't do that on the other ones. Where's my red Jasper box? So I can pull out some 6mm earrings or beads for the earrings. I really do appreciate all of your guys' support and encouragement. It means a lot to me. Okay, so I'm going to put the bead down on the wire. I'm going to leave about 1mm of space in between my pliers and my wire, and I'm just going to give it a tiny bend. We can go and fix up the loop afterwards if it's not the right size. I think, which size did we use yesterday? Oh. I believe this was the fourth, maybe the fifth step. Yeah, we used the fifth step. So I'm going to go for the third step here. So I'm going to put my wire in between those steps, getting as close to that red bead as I can. And I'm just going to wrap around, rotate my pliers, and keep wrapping until I get just past the center here. And that's going to give us space. Like, see this one? I didn't quite roll down far enough. So we're going to fix that and then pull it up. Like so. I do want to rotate this just past center so that when we go to bend it down to put on our next bead, it won't be as difficult to keep the circle pattern. And then we're going to bend this down, like I said, just about at half. Obviously, we can go back and like create a more a neater circular motion. That's the words I was looking for. We're going to put on another 6mm bead. We are going to leave some wire, bend it, and use our first step to do our bottom loop. We're obviously not going to go all the way around, and not just because I've got to rotate this down quite a bit either. But before I open this up, I just want to check all of my loops, make sure they're lining up. This one needs to be centered a little bit, but I can do that. I'm just going to grab towards the bottom of the loop right there and just give it that little bit of movement. And now everything is lined up. I need to put these on. I'm going to use some head pins. Not going to make my own today. Got an extra one just in case. Just going to pop this down on the bottom. I'm going to bend it forward. I'm going to use the first step for this loop too. And before I wrap the loop up, I'm going to open it and attach to the bottom. And then the top loop will be attached to one of the rings. So this is going to be a Rosanna earring, which is only fitting since I am also broadcasting on her channel today. Why I wrap that up pretty good because it is this is like a thinner wire. It is tempered, but still. Okay, and then I'm gonna grab a link. At least I think that's what I'm gonna do. We can decide once the ring is on. Because it might be a little bit too big, but I may have some smaller ones. So this loop would have to be changed. The direction of it would have to change. Gotta sit there and futz with it all again because I just changed that. What do you think? Should I look to see if I have a smaller ring? Is this too big at the top? What do you think? Is this ring too big for the earring? I could have just wire wrapped 2 little links of the red jasper and used the link in the middle of them, but it made my life a little bit easier. But oh, thank you, Libra. Did you oh, hi Beverly. Did Libra say what? Yeah, I had Kambaba Jasper in my stash already, so I didn't really have to go down. I don't see if Libra told us their name. Oh, Tracy. It's right there. Okay, it's Tracy. You do think it's too big. Okay, you guys just, that's kind of what I was thinking. Just putting an earring loop on. So let's pop that off. It was a little bit. So now I got to turn that back. I'm going to go ahead and tighten up this loop a little bit. Doesn't need to be quite so big. Okay. And then I'm just going to go around just the back. And then I cut where it meets up with the side of the loop. These are just as secure as loops that have 3 wraps on them, especially in 8mm. If you have a problem getting nice loops like this, I will give you a trick, a little jewelry hack, if you will. Take some round nose pliers and slide them in and just kind of push down while you're rotating back and forth, and you will end up with a very nice crisp loop. That's just a little trick that I use. I got to do a little doctoring on our center loop real quick. Kind of got pulled out of center when I twisted that wire around. So I just got to get everything back. And then there's that. And then I'll show you. Well, let's do the other one first. I didn't quite need 4 inches, but I'm still going to cut just about that much off. just to make my life a little bit easier. If I can find my 18 gauge wire. Here it is. Okay. So for the top, I'm just going to bend. I'm going to use the 1 step of my 6-step bail making pliers, and I'm just going to go up, over, and down. And when your wires are parallel, make your pliers parallel with your mat, and then pull this over. And my hands are like, yeah. You expect us to what again today? And then I'm just going to go around to finish the 1 rotation around the center wire. That's really all you need, I promise. But if you like the look of the 3 wraps, by all means, that's the joy of making our own jewelry, is that we can tweak and make changes for what works best for us. There we go. Now that's nice and level right up against the loop. Okay, and then we're going to put a 6mm bead on. Come on, your frame went on just fine. This one will go on. Let me go find another one that has a little bit bigger of a loop, which just shows that I've gotten these from multiple sources since they have different hole sizes. Hopefully that one will go on. Let's make sure. Nope, this came from the same place as that. That will be quite a pity. Oh, I have a whole strand of them sitting right here on my mat. Okay. I was sweating over here for a second, thinking I wasn't going to be able to finish this, but I am. Okay. Then we're going to give this the slightest little bend. We're going around the 3rd step this time. So we're going to get our mandrel in and as close to that bead as we can. And we're going to wrap up, around, and as far as we can go. Rotate your pliers, keep going. Rotate your pliers, keep going. And go ahead and go just past. This was not up where it needed to be. I will fix that right now. So you can see there's a gap. So this bead is falling down. So all I'm going to do is put it back on the mandrel, and instead of rotating from the bottom, I'm going to push this around from the top, and then I will recenter that top loop with my other round nose pliers. So everything is staying in a nice, neat line. I also see that I need to kind of fix up this wire wrap right there. It's not laying correctly for some reason. Oh. The wire went up, so the wrap isn't sitting down where it should. There we go. That's better. Now it's sitting there. I'm holding on to these loops right here, and I'm just going to recenter this part by just putting a little bit of pressure while holding these loops, so then it lines back up. Then we're going to come on this side. We're going to go to about half. Why is my... Hold on 1 second. I must be out of frame. Oh no, Pixie. What are you doing, Pixie? Pixie, what were you doing? It's all right. I'll make this again. I'm sorry. I didn't know that Pixie had gone rogue. Oh, look, that'll make a nice little jump ring. 18 gauge wire, so it'll be a nice jump ring. Okay, so 18 gauge wire, about 4 inches. Okay, here we go. We're going to make our bend so we can do our first loop. I don't know if that is enough wire. Let me see. I should have just measured it. I could be wrong. No, that's like 2.5 inches, not 4. And I'm just measuring wire up against my ruler right now. I'm not doing any of the process. I will get back under camera for that. Okay, there we go. 4 inches. Now we're going to do a little bend and we're going to create our first loop using the first step of our 6-step bill making pliers. And I'm going to go around, down, come parallel, and then pull the arm of the wire up until it hits the other barrel. That is how you know you get a nice sharp wrap right up against where it's supposed to be. And it's easier to fix that while it's on the mandrel because you can manipulate the wire without your loop being affected. So then I'm going to come, it's going to come around quite as much as I would like it to be before I cut it. Again, it always helps to go a little past where you're going to cut the wire so that you get a nice, neat bend. I was like, how am I getting, I don't even know if it's on recording mode or if you were just a smart cookie and called me back to back. Okay, 6mm bead. Drop it down. We're going to make a very slight bend. We're now going to use the third step of our 6-step bail making pliers. And I'm going to come around, over, and under until I can't really bend it anymore. And I'm going to keep going, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to push this wire past center so that when we bend it, it's in the right spot. Again, this isn't quite where I want it to be. It's leaving a gap up top. So I'm just going to bend that until it gets where it needs to go. I'm going to recenter that on top of my pliers so everything is lined up. And this is just a bunch of little bends and corrections. Okay, so we're there. Now we're going to take our flat nose pliers and we're going to come and make the outside edge at about half. So then when you bend down on the side of that, everything is in the right position. That might be a little bit too far, but we'll fix it in a second. Then we're going to put our other 6mm bead on and give it a slight bend. Come in with the first step and go around, over, and down parallel. Pull this parallel back. And we have our little link that we will use for our earring. Let me see if there needs to be any adjustments before I lock in this loop. I think it's good. I'm going to lock in this loop by just finishing the rotation. I need to actually get my loop video recorded. So I will be doing that today because I have it set up so I can show you a strength test up against a triple wrapped loop so that you can see that it's just as secure and as a triple wrap, but also a lot more secure than a simple loop, which I've never been a fan of. Okay. As I stated yesterday, you can always come in with 26 gauge wire and wrap around there to close that opening up. So especially for earrings, I would suggest it because that would hurt if like a piece of hair got in there and pulled. That would not be at all pleasant. Okay, these aren't quite straight. There we go. Okay, and then we're just going to take our other ball head pin and drop our teardrop onto it. We're going to bend backwards because that's the way we need our loop to go. Again, you're going to go up, over, and down, go parallel, pull it back. And I like to use my pliers for this part. I'm pulling it tight, and because this is so thin, I'm okay with going around a couple of times like I did on the, oh no. Ha 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 ha. I got ahead of myself. And forgot to put this on before I started wrapping. And if you're wondering if that's going to be secure, oh, Pixie, why do you keep moving? You need to chill, dude. I always do a little strength test by pulling, and if it wasn't secure, the wire would snap, and it's staying nice and snug. Just so you know, Pixie is a face-following camera. When I bought him, I had hoped that he would like follow my hand so I wouldn't go out of frame. That's not the case. So sometimes if he moves like that, I don't even know why it's happening, but there are 2 earrings. Leah, thank you for giving me a quick little chat. I've always called him a he, I feel like, but I love this camera. I love it. I love that I can come right up like that and you can see every little dry part of my hand, every little wrinkle and extra skin, we're all okay with that, right? Okay, I'm going to grab some 20 gauge wire. That is what I like to use for my ear wires. And I'm going to cut the ends flush. And I'm going to measure out precisely 4.5 centimeters. And I'm going to cut. And this will allow you to make matching ear wires every time without having to do 2 at a time. You can do these 1 at a time and you will get matching ear wires every single time. I prefer 20 gauge. If you like a smaller ear wire, go down to 22 gauge. The measurements still work, so it's okay. So to start it, we're going to use the first step of our pliers. Oops, wrong way. And we're going to make sure that we don't feel that. And we're going to bend it around until it hits the other side of the wire, forming a loop. Then you're going to face this loop against whichever mandrel you want to create your loop with. I typically go with the 5th step. And I'm going to put it right up against, and then I'm going to push this up and around until it touches that loop. This one is actually a bit longer. Maybe I use the 6th step. I think I do. So hold on. You'd think I'd know my own measurements, right? So I'm just going to go. There we go. Yes, that's the length I'm used to. And then find the pair of pliers that is the right measurement to create the kick length that you want. When I'm making for others, I use these little flat nose ones to give me the kick, because that's pretty close to what you would get commercially. So there's that one. Let's do the other one. Rotate around until the wire hits the back. Face the loop away from the mandrel we're going to go around. We're going to do the 6th step. Pull it down. There we go. That's where it's supposed to be. And get your pliers that are the size you like and pop up the little tip. And you will get matching earrings every time, even if you go around the wrong mandrel and have to fix it. These will still sit on top of each other, as well as round wire can sit on top of other round wire. And you'll see that they're the same. So this will get you matching ear wires all the time. Say you want to use a ball head pin rather than that. You can make my version of the ball head pin manually, or you can just use this. You're going to do the exact same thing. Pixie, please stay where you're supposed to be, dude. You're just going to rotate till that bead hits the wire, and then face it away from the mandrel you want to go around and push your wire around. These head pins, as you see right there, have a lot of spring back. That's how I knew that they would be secure enough. This is why I don't use them. But if you wanted to make a really big one for somebody that has gauges, a regular ball head pin, not this brand's, you could do that and it wouldn't spring back and you would have the little ball. But those head pins are really, thank you, I appreciate that. Ooh, Rosanna, I love sticky toffee pudding. Oh, yum. That sounds so good. They will indeed. Most of the time when he decides he's going to be naughty, he faces the camera right at my chest. So yes, that's also why I refer to Pixie as him. Because that's what he typically likes to do. So let's go ahead and pop these open. Put our earrings on. The ear wire. And there's the earring to go with our necklace. See, Rosanna, I had to do like a shoulder duster. It's a Rosanna earring because it's Thursday. So what time is it there right now? Oh, Sonia, I'm looking forward to our first chat in quite a while once you get your voice back. There's our earrings. These ones somehow got a little, there we go. There's the earrings that match our necklace. I do agree that the link up top would have been too much. If you wanted something a little bit easier, you could do a little link with this, attach it to one of the links in the middle, and go. Or you take these and some other smaller rings and go up. I don't know where my other rings like that are, but I know that a whole heck of a lot of us have this set from Amazon. So there's like that size, this size, this size, that one's stuck to it, and then the smallest size. And ladies, let me do it the other way. These make the quickest, easiest little earrings you've ever made in your life. And if you wanted to like hang a black crystal from the bottom, perfect. These are not closed links. They are open, but the links, Kelly's like, I've got those. Yeah. I think Rosanna and Beth and, oh wait, what time is it? I'm wondering. So it's 8 o'clock. Wait, no. I can send you the link. Not quite 8:30. Okay. Let me see if Amazon will cooperate today. And let me find them quickly. Because it is a really good, it's a really good set of links. So let me sign in. Oh. It's making me sign all the way back in. It sent me in 2-sec verify. You know, I like feeling like my accounts are secure, but waiting for these like codes when you're in a moment. Okay, there we go. Just a second. My orders. Let me go and put in textured. I think it's textured links. No result. Okay. I will find them and get them for you guys. But yes, you can also just use jump rings. You have them in gold. Oh, Kelly, I might need that. I will look for the rings for you, sweetie. I've got a bunch. So, yeah. I will find these. Oh, yeah, maybe they're under textured junk rings. Let me look. I kind of order a lot of stuff from Amazon. So I wonder how far back it's going. I will find them and post them. Or Sonia, if you have the link handy. Look at that. I think Leah found them for me. Let's see. Did she indeed find them for me? She did, and she found the ones with gold. So that's awesome. And there's 600 of them for 13 bucks. So let me send this on my, or I can just open my messenger. I don't normally keep it open because then I get notifications as I'm working. So, but I want to open this. Come on. Copy link. Close Facebook. Come back to StreamYard. Dun 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 dun. There you go. And they have both the gold and then like the KC white gold whatever one, which is probably the one that I'll order, even though I already have a ton of these links. There's even a 65-cent coupon on them. So I don't have the gold ones. I have the silver ones. But for quick and very easy earrings, you guys, this is a great set. It's a great set. It's also, I have flattened one. It stays, the edges just become flat, but all the texture is left on the outside. So that also gives you another way to use them if you wanted to. I've told you guys, I can't just have something and only use it in the manner it was intended. There's always got to be other ways that it could be used. And if there is, I'm going to find it. So, yeah, I got it. Thank you. Thank you. Ooh, Carolyn, that's cool. I will probably do the KC gold because the other ones look like that, like really brassy golds. So I'm really happy with this design, you guys. I think I'm going to take a picture and go post it in Creative Corner. Because between those earrings and the necklace, I normally have something. Hold on, just 1 second. Where was that? I already used part of this. So, look around. Does it have to be there? I'm going to show you a little tricky trick. I normally have this on here, but I don't right now. So, where did my tube go? If my leather will cooperate with me. You can do this with string or with leather or anything else. If you only have these, you can put a little piece of leather. around the stitch. I probably should have done it in brown leather. But then you can dangle your little earrings for when you're taking pictures be with your jewelry before you post it. And it has the different pegs back here, so just put it underneath the peg so it doesn't pop up. You could also come over here, sir. You could also hang your bracelet from this, but when you go to take pictures, leave it loose enough so these don't try to turn towards the side if the front is needed. I'll get you the link, Leah. But there you go. Now you have your earrings on the bust with your pendant. The pendant can come up just a little bit though. It's kind of down far. There we go. That's a little bit better. But yeah, this one has multiple pegs in the back that will help you keep it on. It's very nice, and like I said, that's a little trick for taking pictures. Those I've ordered sooner, so they should pop up. Okay, there are 3 that I like. This one is great because it already has the it has a spot for the earrings. Here, let me just open it up. Well, no, because then you won't see it. That's the first one. I'll show you that in just a second and tell you which is which. And then there's this one. Okay, let me show you the pictures. So if you're not interested in it, I can show you which one it is. So this is the first one I showed. Oh, go down to the mat. Oh, they can't see your phone, Heather. This is the first one I showed, and it has a spot with the ears for the earrings to hang very nicely. Yeah, Pixie, please stay here like 20 seconds, dude, and then you're off the clock. Apparently not. So that's the first link I shared. This is the second link I shared. Pixie, why are you being such a pain? This is the second one. It gives you the option of hanging multiple necklaces. And then the third is this 2-piece set. So this one is $17, but there's a 10% discount. I didn't look at what the 3-stand or the 3-piece one. One is $13.99, 2 is $22.99, so you could get more than one if you're going to do a show. And then the third one, or wait, I already said that one. Let's see what this one is. This one is from Panda Haul. It's $16.99. Sorry. So there's not a lot of difference, and I kind of like having multiple different options. So I like the 3-piece one for like if I've done a collection that I want to display all together, then I like the triple one. I like the single ones for more of like a necklace, earring, bracelet set. And I will either unclasp the bracelet and have it lay flat, Or you can also just clasp it around that piece of leather, or put it on one of the other thing you can do is you can put the bracelet around one of these top ones. And then they can see the front of the bracelet, the earrings, and the necklace all on one of those. Now, I want one of the like big, really tall ones. They're hard to find. Rosanna and I looked for quite a while to find some that were 18 inches tall or whatever. So I have a friend that does woodwork, and I might just like go buy some wood and ask him to make me one. But oh no, is she still in the oh, they let her go home. Okay. Oh, it's not pneumonia. Thank goodness. And they're going to pop up as both me and Rosanna in the chat you see on the screen. And that's just because I'm broadcasting to both channels at the same time. Okay, guys, we've been on for over 2.5 hours. I think I'm going to let you go. I have some stuff to get ready. And I want to go watch what the bundle for today is going to be so that I know whether or not I want to go and pop off the less expensive one. But yes. No, she told them she needed to go home if at all possible due to her son being home alone. Yes. Okay. Yes, everybody. All right, you guys. As always, thanks you for showing up. And until next time, happy beading.